moment you realized that the world had changed? Let me tell you a quick little story that has nothing and everything to do with the future of our world and how you fit into it. In 1917, the United States faced a huge problem. They were working hard to compete in the industrialized economy, and there was a shortage. Not a shortage of oil or coal or other natural resources, a shortage of people, specifically obedient factory workers. The solution to this economic dilemma? It was an experiment of sorts. It hadn't been done before, until someone thought of it. Mandatory public school. Unfortunately, the initial purpose of the United States public school system was not to inspire children or generate scholars. And it wasn't created for dreamers, people who color outside the lines, break the rules, and challenge the status quo. The public school system of the early 1900s was invented to create a nation full of adults who would obediently do their jobs in the factory assembly lines. Teaching kids to sit in straight rows and scheduling the entire day with the ringing of bells wasn't by chance. Punishing those who didn't conform was purposeful. These were the skills they would need to join the labor force. Intentional or not, this early method of turning dreamers into workers was an investment in the nation's economic future. And it worked. This then led to several generations of productive, fully employed workers. But it isn't working anymore. Why? Our economy has changed. We don't live in an industrialized economy anymore. We live in a connected economy. Right now, there are more users on Facebook than there were people on the planet 200 years ago. Technology has made it possible for us to connect with people, ideas, and information from anywhere in the world instantaneously. And as a result, our economies have expanded from localized towns and communities to the entire world. We have globalized trade in nearly every way. In the past, the obedient, do-what-you're-told without question people were rewarded for working hard and putting their dreams aside in order to toe the line. They were given well-paying jobs that led to long-term careers. They were guaranteed pensions, benefits, and the promise that they would always be taken care of. And they were. But that promise is gone for most of us today. Even if you have a white-collar job, the majority of white-collar workers are still working in a factory. Instead of operating a sewing machine or welding a widget, they now push pencils, type on keyboards, or process paperwork. It's still factory work because the entire focus of the day is spent on increasing productivity, which leaves little room for creativity, spontaneity, or individuality. The educated, hard-working masses are still doing what they're told, but they're no longer getting what they deserve. Even if you do everything you are told to do today, graduate from high school, go to college, get a degree, work hard in whatever job you can find, if you're lucky enough to find one, you're not guaranteed anything. Companies are being forced to change or die right now. Layoffs happen much more often than job openings appear, and the highest paying jobs are disappearing or heading overseas at an alarming rate. If you have a job where your boss tells you exactly what to do, he or she will always find someone cheaper than you to do it. Did you know that the average length of a job today is about 4.5 years? Contrast that to the 1960s when it was 40 years. The connected economy rewards a different group of people. It rewards the people who see things differently, who don't conform, people who have ideas that no one else has, people who are willing to work hard but know that the old way of doing things is broken. The connected economy rewards you not for being a cog in the wheel of life, but for standing up and reaching out. The connected economy rewards the connectors. Whether it's connecting a person to a person, a business to a business to a product, or a product to a person, those who learn how to connect are the ones who will survive and excel in the connected economy. That is how the world has changed. It's not about to change, It already has. Things are different now, and they're not going back to the way they used to be. Look at Facebook. What's their product? It's you. Your network, your information, your ideas, they all have value. Does Facebook pay you for the money they make selling your information to advertisers? No. But we still use it because we have an innate desire to connect with people. In fact, neuroscientists have found that we are actually hardwired to connect with each other. Some people know how to leverage this innate ability in today's economy, but most don't. And because they don't know how to do it, most of them are paralyzed with fear, resisting the shift, despite clear indications telling them it's time to change. In 1917, a group of people performed an experiment that forever changed the way that we earned a living. The world today is facing another huge problem. We're facing a shortage of our own. Not a shortage of factory workers or consumers. The world has enough of those. We have a shortage today of dreamers and connectors. And so, we're holding our own little experiment. And you happen to be the subject of it. This 8-minute presentation was specifically designed to seek out and find the connectors around us. Those who recognize that we are on the brink of the next economic revolution, who are ready to thrive in the connected economy, and who are searching for the best way to do it. The internet and technology are rapidly changing the way that we do everything today, including how we make a living. It's not too late to embrace the change and find a way to make yourself relevant and profitable in our brave new world. And that's why we've invited you here today. We've created something that rewards you for connecting. It pays you for bringing people together behind a cause, product, or idea. And we have systematized it and made it so that you can do it from anywhere with anyone at any time. If you are passionate about helping people, if you are passionate about changing lives, if you want to position yourself to be a capitalizing force within the connected revolution instead of just a bystander, let's start now. Do you remember the moment you realized that the world had changed? How about the moment you realized you could change with it?
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Sheila Abram, and I'm the presenter this Tuesday night for this wonderful wealth building webinar. And I am here to just explain to you what a wonderful program that you have your hands on, or that I am going to show you tonight, because you will be able to benefit. You'll be able to start to realize what your dreams are. If money were not an object, what would you do? Now, I want to talk to the parents of school-age children. And when I say school-age, I want to really narrow it down to the parents tonight that, you know what? No, I'm not going to narrow it down. I was going to say I'm going to narrow it down to elementary school age. Okay? But our teens sometimes need a little more supervision than our smaller ones. But now what I want to talk about is summertime is happening. Now, in a number of weeks, our elementary, middle school, high schoolers are going to be out of school for the entire summer. For some parents, that becomes a big financial burden. Isn't that interesting? See, because if they're elementary school age, you now have to have a babysitter. We are used to having the school take care of our child care all day while we're at work, if we're working daytime hours. Well, in the summertime, school isn't there. Now we have to hire sitters. If you are parents of preteens and teens, you know that without the proper adult supervision, a lot of trouble can happen. They can get into, a lot of trouble. They need guidance still. So the summertime is now starting to present a time of worry for a lot of parents because they know they must go to work. You know, it used to be jobs used to pay you up to 3 weeks vacation a year, or you could earn vacation, every vacation hours, every payday. A lot of those perks are gone. You are fortunate if you can earn 2 weeks of vacation in a year on a job. A lot of jobs don't even offer vacation time. So not only are you now away from your children all day, and they really feel it because they're not in school, and school kind of diverts their attention all day, you are worried about them. It used to be that families can do this wonderful thing that has become a thing of the past, and that thing is called summer vacation. We can go on a nice family vacation over the summertime. I could recall I was raised by my grandparents. We went away for 3 weeks, sometimes a month in the summertime. That was the highlight of our year. We would either go out of state or take it was usually road trips, just in the car, seeing all kind of sights, and getting back home was never something that we had to do within a week. See, those were times. Where would you spend an entire 3 to 4 weeks with your children this summer if money were not an option? Where would you go if money were not an option? See, money needs not to be an option if you truly plan on taking a family of 5 to Disneyland or Disney World or a lot of these amusement parks, because the price is astronomical. And to stay in the hotels of the resorts, money need not be an option. Well, I'm going to show you a system that you can start in your part-time tonight, that once you put this system, you activate it and start working the system, this will be the last summer that you're going to worry. Because by next summer, if you put forth the effort, the honest effort, you'll be able to take that family vacation of your dreams. You'll be able to go wherever you want, whatever mode of transportation you want, and you'll be able to be gone however long you want. Now that's dreaming. We all need to start dreaming, because until we start to dream, we will not put into action the necessary tasks to change our situation. Because most of us have done everything we were supposed to do. We went to school, we went to college, we graduated college. We were told once we did that, we would be able to get a job. See, that's what we were geared for, to get a job. Isn't it interesting? The video, Are You a Connector? It gave some startling facts on the mandatory public schools. Started out as an experiment, but it was designed to take our children at the earliest age and make them obedient factory workers. See, back then it was the factory. A lot of ringing of bells when you're in the factory, time to go to break, ringing of bells or horns, time to go to lunch, ringing of bells or horns, time to go home. So they started teaching children to respond to the ringing of bells in elementary school. Now, they still ring bells in elementary school, but you're pretty much geared to get a job, because we really don't have a lot of factory jobs anymore. They just make it a little more vague. You want to be able to get a job, a good job, you got to get good grades. You want to get a good job, you got to go to college. That's what started early on. Now, the U.S. Census Bureau, they did an interesting study. They took a demographic, a group of people, and they took samplings of 100, age 65 years of age and older, and they said, okay, how are they living now? Because we have sold society into, when you are 65, you're going to need less money to live on, and this 401k plan is going to take care of you. But we all know the pensions are gone. Pension plans, that's a thing of the past. But what else is interesting is the 401k experiment is also becoming a thing of the past, because now our seniors have matured in that situation, in that under the new 401k 30 years ago. Now they're needing it. And let's look at how are they actually living now. Well, one is wealthy. 1 in 100 is wealthy. That means they did something different. 3 will still be working. So 3 seniors out of that 100, they're still going to be working. 4 will have enough to retire. They're going to have enough to say, you know what? It's quitting time. I'm never going to have to go to that job again. I'm 65 years old. I got my retirement plan. It's about $500,000. I'm good. So they retire. Now let's look at that $500,000 plan retirement, and that's if it's $500,000. Do you know a lot of them aren't even that much? If that senior is used to living on a $50,000 a year income, that $500,000 is only going to last them 10 years, because they don't have anything else coming in. They don't have residual income coming in. They're depleting a fixed income. So what happens is they look up and they're age 73, 74, and they look at the balance on their retirement plan and they realize, oh, wait a minute, I have to go back to work. Now I'm 73, 74. Now, 63 out of that 100, do you know they're dependent on Social Security, family, or charity? And the reason why it's Social Security, and the Social Security is not enough for comfortable living, because inflation still keeps going up. And unfortunately, in this day and age, if not every year, every other year, they're getting a statement in the mail towards the end of the year informing them that next year they're going to lose money. They're going to have to live on less. Their Social Security check is decreasing by a certain amount. That's why family often has to kick in, and or some type of charitable organizations providing some type of food, clothing, or transportation discounts for seniors. But those organizations are few and far between. Because what our beloved seniors are finding out, there are no true senior discounts. There's no senior discount at the grocery store. There's no senior discount when you get gas in your car. There's no senior discount on auto insurance. As a matter of fact, when you get a certain age, they're raising your insurance because you are becoming more of a liability. Unfortunately, there are really no senior discounts on a lot of the medications that you now need. And what you're finding out is your health insurance is covering less and less. There's even a lot of generics they do not cover. So now our beloved seniors who are on a fixed income have to come out of pocket on a monthly basis for vital medications that they need for their health. 29 are deceased. So this means in the golden years, 95% of people age 65 years of age and over, they cannot afford to retire and they will work until they die. Now, is that you? What if I were to tell you there is a way out? There is something different you can do. And you can actually do it from the comfort of your home. You can actually do it as you're out and about, getting your vital exercise, as you are out doing life. Well, some people, you might be younger, you might be in your 40s, and you might say, that's not going to be my statistic. I'm looking at my aunt, I'm looking at my parents that are still working. See, remember when I started this webinar talking about summertime being an anxiety state for a lot of parents because now they have to hire a babysitter. Well, a large part of that is because their parents, the grandparents of the children, are still out there working. So they can't even take the kids to mom and dad's because their mom and dad is still working. So here's an interesting statistic. If the task, the job, or career you perform were ever meant to make you wealthy and give you true freedom, don't you think it would have happened already? See, so far I may have given a lot of reality checks to you new ones viewing this webinar, a reality check that you need to do something different to have a better result with the economy in your own home, with your finances. Now, here's something interesting about the cash flow quadrant. Most people fall in that E quadrant. That's the W-2 earner quadrant. That's the highest paid what do I want to say? They pay the highest taxes. That's it. That is the highest taxed category, is the employee, the W-2. You really have no deductions that you can legitimately take. Very, very few. You must pay income taxes or into income taxes before you can pay yourself, before you can pay your bills. And then at the end of the year, before April 15th, you now have to prove to the government that you overpaid. You have to fight for your money back. Now there's another quadrant. There's the self-employed quadrant. This quadrant has the people that say, you know what, I don't want to be an employee. I want to own my own business. I know I can provide excellent products and excellent service. I have a vital function that people are going to pay me to do. Well, guess what? You get some tax breaks from that because at least you're a business owner. So you're going to decrease your tax exposure being self-employed. But the next thing that you're increasing is you're increasing the ability of one day you might not be able to perform the job, the task, or that particular profession, and now your money has drastically decreased. I want you to think about this. If, let's say, a chiropractor or a dentist, they get into a car accident and they can't work for 8 months, what do you think is going to happen to their practice? See, a dentist makes money when he works on teeth. Chiropractor makes money when he works on the bones in your body. There's no residual income in most self-employed fields. There just isn't. It's depending on you performing the job. If you're a tax professional, a tax preparer, a CPA, something happens to you and you cannot work from January through May or even through April 15th, what happens to your income? See, the majority of the income is made at the beginning of the years for tax professionals. So sometimes you don't want to say it, but the honest to God truth is that's an accident waiting to happen. Now, there's that business owner category. They have employees. See, the business owner owns the system, and he pays the people that work for him. He pays the people to perform a job or a task that's going to make his dream of business ownership continually come true, or continuously increase in profits for him. He receives the highest business breaks, the business owner that has employees. Now there's another quadrant, the investor quadrant. Now the investor quadrant is a quadrant that you're making proper investments and you're going to see a return on that investment. Your money is working for you. Money is working for you. The beautiful thing about the I quadrant, it doesn't care what your background is. The only thing the I quadrant cares about is that you have the money to make the investment. And it's going to work as good for you as it does for the business owner, as it does for the self-employed business owner. See, the investment only works if you put money in it, and it's a good investment. Then everyone can benefit from it. I'm going to show you tonight a wealth building system that everyone from the E quadrant to the S quadrant to the B quadrant can get involved with tonight. That's going to increase your portfolio, and it's going to start you building wealth. But there's one thing that is so true. If you really think about it, even those of us that are college graduates, if you think back, how much financial education did you receive? Even if you didn't receive it in school, how much financial education did you receive at home? See, a lot of our parents did not have true financial education. Here's one wealth principle. And this first wealth principle, you must pay yourself first. This is something that you have to learn. Right now, by just me saying, pay yourself first, a lot of you are thinking, look, I barely have enough to pay the phone bill that's due on Friday. I also have to worry about all the other bills. My check barely covers what I need to cover. I cannot possibly pay myself first. Well, I'm here to tell you it is vital that you start to pay yourself first. You are the most important person in this entire equation. You're the one who's working for the money. You're the one who needs to be able to change the way you think about money and the way you think about spending. See, the wealthy know and practice wealth principle number 1 regularly, and that is every time you receive money, you designate a portion that you are going to keep. You designate a portion that you're going to pay yourself first, but you want to pay yourself first in a vehicle that you can't readily get your hands on. Because if you can, you're going to find many reasons to spend the money that you should be saving. Paying yourself first is for saving. Now, wealth principle number 2, you must create residual income. Successful people know that if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. Mr. Warren Buffett is one of the most successful people around, and he's found a way to make money while he sleeps. So you must find a system that allows you to employ leverage, employ the efforts of others. See, that's going to be a system that's going to generate wealth, and it's going to generate residual income. See, residual income will keep coming. You set a system in place, you're going to regularly receive income. One of those systems is, I'm a real estate investor, so I have income property. Now, my property I own free and clear. So on the first of every month, my rents that my property manager collects, that's residual income to me. It comes regularly, period. And there's nothing I really have to do for that, except for, like today, I got a call from my contractor and I have to replace a hot water heater in one of my houses. So yes, there is some upkeep. There's some things you have to do as a landlord, but it's still residual income. The repair that I'm getting ready to make is nowhere near what I'm making the rent for that house. So now, you must find a way to create residual income. You must find a way to solve taxation. This is wealth principle number 3. Remember I said that the W-2 income earner, that's the highest paid category. The highest paid quadrant is the W-2. You pay the most in income taxes. So now you're saying, okay, how can I solve that problem? If that's the way the category works, that's the way the system is designed to work, there's nothing I could do about it. Well, I'm here to tell you, having a home-based business is a great way to reduce your tax exposure. If you don't believe me, contact your knowledgeable tax preparer. Now, I notice I said the word knowledgeable. Sometimes we use people that will prepare our taxes simply because they've been in our family. They're our aunt, and she's been doing the family's taxes for the last 30 years. She does everybody's the same. No one has a home-based business. There's nothing out of the ordinary. You need someone that knows home-based businesses and can tell you the wonderful tax breaks, the wonderful deductions that you're going to qualify for, because you can and you will. Now, wealth principle number 4 is you must solve taxation, inflation. You must be able to stop your hard-earned money, cash, that you're paying yourself first with. You must find a way to keep it from decreasing in value. Now you might think, okay, now that's impossible. There's no way I can stop the dollar from buying less and less and less year after year. Well, I do have a solution for you. There is a way to solve inflation. It's the form of money that you keep, which is why I want to introduce you to Karatbars International Gold Acquisition, Wealth Building, and Payment System. It is simply this. You save the money you want to keep in gold. Gold outpaces inflation. And then you get paid when you invite others who also save in gold. You're going to get a percentage from all the gold that they purchase. Won't that just be you're benefiting from leverage? Now, let me tell you a little bit about Karatbars International. Karatbars International was founded in 2011. It internationally ships to more than 120 countries worldwide. We specialize in the production and sale of high-quality gold products in small, transaction-friendly ways. We are putting into place this year, 2018, a global payment system. A global payment system. Mr. Harold Seitz has been working, around the globe. He just left Asia. He was in Hong Kong, working with just mega gold dealers. And they were talking about the ease of acquiring Karatbars gold and moving their money into gold, the money for their clients into gold, because they were talking about how difficult the banks are making it. We're here solving problems. Now, I want to read you Mr. Harold Seitz's mission. Now, his mission, and I'm going to read it word for word. He says, my mission is to produce the highest quality gold available in the market and make it easily accessible to the masses of honest people around the world at a price point everyone can afford. My goal is that Karatbars help millions find financial freedom from this current system of debt. See, we have a proven system. It's a wealth building system. But I want to tell you something. Wealth building is a mindset. And it requires you to activate a pay yourself first mindset and a pay yourself first system. Mr. Harold Seitz has created a system that literally perpetuates the generation of wealth for the masses using the only form of money, and that's gold. The only form of a real money, and that is gold. See, everything else is a money substitute. It is absolutely an amazing opportunity to change your financial future forever. It is as simple as choosing one of the 4 optional ways to participate. There are 4 optional ways you can participate. Option number 1, save gold. See, save your money in something that's going to outpace inflation. Isn't that just wealth principle number 4? You're going to pay yourself first in gold. Isn't that wealth principle number 2? See, everything about our system encompasses all of the wealth building principles. See, gold is money. All financial experts know gold is money, and it's a safe store of value and wealth. I'm going to give you a few examples on how gold is money. In 1971, 60 ounces of gold, 60 ounces, that was about $2,676. That would get you a family car, little sedan right there. In 2010, the same 60 ounces of gold is now about, or was in 2010, about $72,210. That would get you 3, economy, a little above economy cars, 3 of them. Now, mind you, it's the same 60 ounces of gold. But what happened? What happened is gold outpaced inflation. Here's another example. 1971, a gram of gold would get you about 5 loaves of bread. $1 would get you 4. Flash forward today, 1 gram will get you about 25 loaves of bread. $1 is going to only get you possibly 2 slices. So how do you beat inflation? You beat inflation with gold. Now, a lot of people love examples about money. See, in 1971, and we love 1971 because the dollar was taken off the gold standard in 1971. So we tend to use 1971 because that was a pivotal year in time for the dollar. But if you saved $1,000 in 1971, 1,000, and in one hand, you took another $1,000 and you purchased 24.6 ounces of gold, because that's what that $1,000 would get you in 1971. You stuck them both up under your bed. Flash forward today, you pull it out. Do you know the $1,000 has lost 83.5% of its purchasing power? of its purchasing power. Now, that 24.6 ounces of gold that was worth $1,000 is now worth $32,373. In this example alone, what outpaces inflation and what solves that problem for you? Gold. Now let's talk about carat bars. Let's talk about the type of gold we have. Let's talk about some of our gold products. Our gold is 24 karat 999.9 fine gold. The classic carat bars comes in 1, 2.5, and 5 gram increments. This is what we save. This is what's the store of value for us, is the carat bar. Now, when we're giving gifts, we give the gift of gold. We love it. We have anniversary cards, birthday cards, I love you cards, congratulations cards, wedding cards. We have team cards, all kinds of cards. And they're all 24 karat 999.9. We even have a Wealth Builders Worldwide Gladiator Gold card. They all have a gram of gold, and they all increase in value. Now, we also have a product for our Carat Pay payment system. It's called Cash Gold. Now, Cash Gold comes in transaction-friendly weights. It comes in 1/10 of a gram, 2/10 of a gram, 4/10 of a gram, and 6/10 of a gram. You can get in where you fit in with your gold ownership. Some people truly have to start small with preserving their money in gold. Do you know that 1/10 of a gram of cash gold you can get for under $8? I tell people simply skip the drive-through. If you skip the drive-through, you can own physical gold. It is just that easy. Now, we also have cash gold in 1 gram, 3 gram, and 6 gram increments. Our beautiful cash gold can fund our Carat Pay app. We have a wonderful Carat Pay system that will work in conjunction with businesses. Business owners can say, you know what? I'll take a portion of my profits in physical gold. I absolutely would love to sell a pair of stilettos, accept gold for it, hang on to that gold, and it goes up in value next year. I just made more for the sale of a pair of shoes that I sold a year ago. Absolutely, businesses are signing up to accept gold. We're able to take our Carat Pay app and transfer the gold right to them. Now, our cash gold also, we're able to acquire and purchase our Carat Gold coin, our KBC. We're able to use the cash gold to purchase the coins. That's a wonderful thing. Our cash gold products, it's like multi-purposes for it. Now, option number 2, we save gold and we earn. See, even in the free position, you're going to save gold. Remember, you're going to share with others who want to do the same. When that happens, you're going to start out at 0.5%, and that goes all the way up to 6% as your organization grows. Now, it's simple. This is where we're getting into the business ownership. Now, isn't that just wealth principle number 2? You must find a way to solve taxation. Business ownership. You are able to complete your free registration. You are immediately able tonight. If you're brand new, you can do this tonight. Immediately pick a business package. You get in where you fit in, but you stretchingly get in where you fit in, and I'm going to explain why you want to stretch yourself. You have a bronze business package, that's entry level, silver, gold, and VIP. VIP is exactly what the word says. It is the top of the compensation plan. You can get in tonight as a VIP. I heard my first webinar May the 6th. It was a Tuesday night. That's why I love doing the webinar presentation on Tuesday nights. May 6th, 2014. I knew I wanted to get gold, and my friend had told me she had found a program that you could get physical gold and it could be delivered to your door, and the webinar was that night. I said, send me the information. I got on the webinar. That's all I needed. I saw I could get transaction-friendly gold because remember I told you I'm also a real estate investor. So I needed to be able to still have some liquid cash for repairs. I needed to be able to get affordable gold. But when I saw that there was money to be made, I came in a VIP that night. When I found out that I am not even really familiar with this type of business model, but I could still be at the top of the compensation plan, that's exactly what I did. And you have the exact same opportunity. All I had to do was upload my KYC documents after I got my business package. And then I was ready to go. And then a year later, they showed us, or they opened up a wonderful system to help us save in gold automatically. Because I don't know about you, I like things that get done automatically for me. My credit card bills are paid automatically. I set it up and I forget it. Well, Carrot Bars International knew that people like things simple. They like things that they don't have to think about constantly. So then they started the auto exchange. All you have to do is decide how much you want to pay yourself first with. Do you want to pay yourself first with a 1 gram, 2.5, or a 5 gram Carrot Bar? And then you decide how often do you want to pay yourself first. Do you want to do it weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly? You set it and you forget it. Sometimes I look back into the gold that I have stored at Carrot Bars, and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's 100 grams back there. Then I start ordering some of it for delivery because I automatically do it on a weekly basis. It adds up, and that's exactly what you want to do. Then you just want to start inviting others. And then what's going to happen is duplication. When they repeat the same steps, the steps of complete the registration, select their business package, upload their documents, and then pay themselves first. Do you notice all of those things are all about them? Becoming a home-based business owner to reduce their tax exposure, that's about them. Setting up auto exchange, paying themselves first, that's about them. Sharing with others, do you know that's also about them? When it's something good and exciting and worthwhile, you can't help but share it with people. Now, I want to talk just really quickly about leverage and why this type of business model, working from leverage, how this works. See, there was a wonderful story that's usually told. It's the penny that doubles every day. And the way I always up the ante. If I were to offer you today a briefcase with $500,000 in it today, and I say, look, you can have one of these two things, the briefcase today with $500,000 in it, or would you could have a penny that doubles every day for the next 30 days. You're just going to have to delay your gratification for 30 days. You get a penny that doubles every day. Do you know the majority of the people want that suitcase with the $500,000? $500,000, they want that. They don't stop to think that a penny that doubles every day for 30 days, at the 30th day, they're at $5,368,709.12 at the end of 30 days. See, at day 27, they're already over the $500,000 that they took on day one. On day 28, they've more than doubled what was in that suitcase. So you want duplication. You want something, a system that's going to duplicate. Well, we have a wonderful system that duplicates. And the duplication process is simply this. You're going to share with others the information on this wonderful wealth building system where they can reduce their tax liability and where they could pay themselves first. So you're looking for two that want to do that. And then it's just that simple. They need to find two that want to do the very same thing. Now, the beautiful thing with this system is you are going to benefit from each and every person, no matter what level away from you that come in, want to pay themselves first and want to reduce their liability. Residual income is going to flow up through everyone with a business account in that line on that either that person's left side or right side, which ultimately is going to be your left side or your right side. See, it either originated through Dan and the people he shared with, or from you through Cheryl and the people she shared with. See, leverage. And as the entire organization starts to benefit, now mind you, benefit from people paying themselves first. That's this whole thing. Paying yourself first, you choose the amount, you choose how often, and reducing your tax liability by starting a home-based business. And then sharing with people who just want to do the exact same thing. If you do that and you really, honestly, just keep going, because something that wonderful, you're not going to want to stop it just sharing with two people. But here's how it works. You saw the wonderful organization filling up with people, but what really happens? Well, here it is. You have a left team and a right team. And that goes to infinity. There are no cutoff levels. Like our program, our wealth building program doesn't stop at level 10 or level 12. It could be level 1000 removed away from you. And you're still going to benefit because you have a business package on the dual team. And it goes to infinity. All of our gold products have units attached to them. The business packages have units attached to them. And then all you need is 25 units on either your left or your right side and 50 units on the opposite side. And you're going to get an instant dual team payout. Now you might say, well, how much is the payout? How much would you like it to be? See, if you get a VIP package, the payout's just under $100. Gold package about $70, silver about $55, the bronze is $25. You get to choose what your dual team payout's going to be by the business package you pick. How awesome is that? That's why I chose the top of the compensation plan. I want to make the top money. Now the system is set to make this dual team payouts over $180,000 or $180,000 per week. Now that's a lot of dual team payouts. We are paid on a wonderful prepaid MasterCard. We're paid within the dual system every Friday when you qualify. When that 25 and 50 happens, you have an instant dual team payout. It's going to pay out to you on that MasterCard the following Friday. And Mr. Harold Seitz, he really wants you to start to build generational wealth. He believes in rewarding you. So whenever you earn €200 in 1 week in commissions, he's going to pay you with a gram of gold and then the rest on your prepaid MasterCard. That's awesome. I started earning gold from the system in 2014, and do you know it's worth more now than it was when I got it? It's like the gift that keeps on giving. Now here is option 4. We invest in Karat Gold Coin. Option 4. Our sister company, Karat Gold Corp, they have a wonderful cryptocurrency. This cryptocurrency is going to be a household name, like some of those others out there. But what makes ours unique? Ours is backed by physical gold, by our cash gold, our 1/10 of a gram cash gold. Mr. Harold Seitz just opened up a bank in Miami, a physical bank. You are getting involved in a groundbreaking company that have groundbreaking sister companies that Mr. Harold Seitz constantly thinks about ways on how do I help the people? How do I help the people free themselves from this current system of debt? If you have not heard about Carrot Gold Coin, get back to the person who invited you to this webinar. Sign up, get you some cash gold, and have them show you exactly what it can do. It is phenomenal. Now, the research has been done. Our gold comes from LBMA approved refineries. Like I said, we're in over 120 countries worldwide. FedEx is our delivery partner. MasterCard is our payment partner. The Vatican does fundraising with our wonderful carrot bars with the likeness of the Pope on it. And we have hundreds of thousands of satisfied customers and affiliates around the world. So the research has been done. Soon you're really going to know and hear about carrot bars. You want to get involved and get started now so that you can benefit from that leverage. So take action today. It simply is as easy as 1, 2, 3. We save a lot of gold, we tell a lot of people, we make a lot of money, and we invest in Carrot Gold Coin. So we have wonderful trainings. We don't just stop. We don't just leave you off. We have trainings and new affiliate trainings. We have a 30-day blitz going on. And I thought I upgraded this slide to the 30-day blitz. It's 4 times a day. The 30-day blitz is at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. It's at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and 11 p.m. Eastern Time. So you're able to get your wonderful prospects and all of your new affiliates. And then we kind of go a little bit more in depth on the money that's to be made. We have a daily power call Monday through Saturday. And I definitely have to upgrade the number on the power call because that is not the power call number. But we do have a brand new number for the power call. And that power call is Monday through Saturday. We have a freedom call. We also have a wonderful Wealth Builders Worldwide website. This is like our site that, goodness, if you wanted a roadmap and a manual to just take this manual and operate $1 million business, that's our Wealth Builders Worldwide. It takes you from A to Z. It has business card templates. You can order a website. You can have letters to send out to prospects. It has tools. It has CDs you can download. It is a plethora of information. So what you're going to want to do is get back to the person who invited you to this wonderful webinar and let them know you're ready to change the economy in your own home. So once again, my name is Sheila Abram, and it has been a pleasure presenting this wealth building webinar to you this evening. So everyone have a wonderful, wonderful evening.